Assalamu alaikum jami'an. Hi everyone. How's it going? This video has been a long time coming, meaning I've been working on it for a while. Thank you so much for waiting. I'm learning how to edit and get better at making videos more quickly. So thank you for your patience. Today, we're finally going to do another Shakespeare video with another sonnet. I've chosen another one of his more famous sonnets. Not because it's better than others, but just because it's more accessible and perhaps more people will want to know what it means. I'm going to read the sonnet first and afterwards explain it bit by bit, couplet by couplet, meaning by pair of lines. Welcome, and let's get started. Sonnet number 116 by William Shakespeare. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh, no! It is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. I took off my glasses. So, this poem, although it is one of Shakespeare's most famous poems, some disagree over the meaning of how it is to be interpreted. So interpretation is a tafsir. Some picture it as Shakespeare was describing this because he knew what this love is, and some say that he is describing what he wished he had. Does that make sense? So keep that in mind as we read. Awul Satr, first line. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. First thing, impediments. To impede is to stop something from happening. It's to prohibit something. So impediments are awa'iq. They're obstacles. Now, after that, to admit is to yasrah b'shay'. It's to acknowledge something. So, altogether, Shakespeare is saying, let me, not me, to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. So, the middle of the sentence, marriage of true minds. In English, sometimes we use the word true to mean correct, sahih, and sometimes we use it to mean sarih and honest and purposeful. So we say true love, for example. So here, I think true minds, we can imagine two minds, like aql, that are truly in love. And marriage means zawaj. But sometimes in English, we use the word marriage for a gathering, like joining of two things, not just the certificate of marriage and the legal marriage. So Shakespeare is discussing the joining of true minds, two people with true intention, and may I not admit impediments. So he's saying, I cannot or will not say that there is anything wrong in true love. There's nothing stopping two minds from being together in love. So, love is not love which alters when it alteration finds. To alter is to change something, يغير. Then alteration from there is something that has been changed. تم تغيره. So, when I think of alteration, we use the word, we alter clothing. If you switch, you do some sewing to change your clothing, we say they did some alterations. So here, Shakespeare's painting this picture. Love isn't really love if it alters or changes when, this is the condition, when it alteration finds. So I understand this to be when you love someone and you find something changed, something you don't like in the person, then you don't try to change that, perhaps. That's how I read this part. Or bends, with the remover to remove. This is the same concept repeated. Bends, this means طوي, to bend, with the remover to remove. So remover, sometimes in English we add er on the end to make it الفاعل, the person who does that thing. So اسم فاعل and the فعل. So the فعل is remove and الفاعل remover. So here Shakespeare's saying love does not bend or break when someone wishes to remove. Please ask any questions in the comments if this isn't clear. Notice the colon. We call this a colon, the two dots above. A colon introduces another phrase or a list. Something comes after it with emphasis. So it says, oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark. So in modern English, we say fixed. This is a fixed solution. This means unchanging, متجمد. So ever, fixed, is forever, like للأبد. So he's saying love is an ever-fixed, forever lasting mark. To mark something is to write something, or like mark your forehead, right? So he's saying love is on you forever. That looks on tempests and is never shaken. To shake is to shake, or I shake this pencil. So بشكل مجازي, metaphorically, love is never shaken. That means it will never fall from its place. Tempests is عواصف. It's storms. It's another word for storm. To look on is يطل على. And so love, if it's true, can look at these horrible things, maybe a storm, a disaster, and it won't shake. It won't change. Then we have a semicolon. This is like the colon, but it separates two full sentences, two full ideas. The colon before is followed by a shorter phrase. A semicolon can have another sentence after it. It, meaning love, it is the star to every wandering bark. So I found out that bark actually means boat. It's another word for boat. So Shakespeare is implying that love is the guide. It's the star. A sailor or someone on a boat looking to find their way uses the stars to navigate across the ocean. Next line. The star, that being love, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. So I interpret this verse, أفسر this line, to mean the height of the star is taken. We can measure how far the star is, the height of it, but its worth is unknown. القيمة, worth, is unknown because it is so great we can't know it. We know where it is, but we can't estimate how great and valuable it is. Next line. In this line, Shakespeare is using another, we call it personification. So person is shakhs, and then to personify something is to make it like a person. So if I personify a tree, I'm going to describe it as if it were a person. So that tree is old and grand and a loving tree, right? A caring tree. It's to give a non-human thing human qualities. So here, Shakespeare is giving time person-like qualities, just like death in the previous sonnet. So, love's not time's fool. Fool is humar, or someone who doesn't know anything. So, someone's fool is to be made silly or to be made incompetent, like غير قادر, because of something. So in this context, love's not time's fool. Love is not susceptible to time. It's not going to change with time. Though rosy lips and cheeks. Rosy is like rose, the rose flower, so red, rosy lips and cheeks. In the winter, your cheeks get cold, or after exercise, we say you have rosy cheeks. Within his bending sickle's compass come. So compass is the tool that points north always. And sickle is the tool that a farmer uses. It's shaped with a curve, a hook like this, and it's big, and they go and cut down grass like this. So Shakespeare is saying the rosy lips and cheeks, meaning this is used to describe beauty, like red lips and red cheeks in Old England. So he's saying that beauty may go away, fade with time, because compass is how you find direction. So Shakespeare is saying that time and its compass, meaning where it goes, and it comes to cut away these things, beauty. These things are temporary, mu'aqqat. Love alters not. Love does not change with his brief hours and weeks. He's saying that love doesn't change in these short times, hours or weeks even, but bears it out. To bear is to yatahammal. So bears it out, keeps going, even to the edge of doom. Doom is downfall. Doom is the end of all things. And when he says bears it out, we don't know what it is, but it's also, or he's talking as we do in English sometimes, just stick it through, just hang on tight. We don't know what we're talking about. There's nothing you're hanging on to, but just keep going. So we say this sometimes, bear it out. There's no it. It's a metaphor, but we just mean keep going. Last couplet. If this be error, and upon me proved. So he's saying, if this be error, if all of what I've said is error, meaning false, not true, and upon me proved. So if it can be proved to me that it is false, I never writ. Writ is the Old English way of saying wrote. So he's saying this is nothing. I never wrote, nor no man ever loved. So this final phrase is meant to say that only what I've said, only what Shakespeare has said is true love. If this is really false, then love, as he knows it, is not true. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your support and your viewership and your encouraging comments. Please ask any questions you have. I try to keep up with everything, but can't always answer everything. Thank you, and I'll see you guys soon. Tallah, bislama.